Yeah, glory is good, but there must be virtue, okay? Now, when you see someone that is, what do you call it? Someone that is prominent, but that lacks character, it's only a matter of time. You will see a scandal, all right? So, we could say, because he has called us by glory and virtue, okay? Or we could also say that because he has given to us exceeding great and precious promises. If you look at the promises of God in the Bible, they are wonderful promises. They are great promises. So maybe because of that, we might say, but also for the look at it. Peradventure is actually not talking about these two. Let's look at that place again. It says that through these you may be partakers of the divine nature. Now he said you may. You may means that is not definite. It could be either ways. You may become a partaker, you may not become a partaker. Now depending on this, say also for this reason, because you have an understanding that it's not automatic. That once you are saved, you are always saved. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. As a matter of fact, if you see some of Jesus' parable, he's telling you that, if, for instance, if you look at the 10 virgins, they were virgins, all of them. The 10 of them were virgins. So he's telling you to take heed, so that you don't assume that it's settled. So it says, but also for this reason, because it is not, what do you call it now? It is not automatic that you become a divine partaker. Giving all diligence, which means that you should make sure that nothing stops you. Be diligent to do what? To look at these things. You add to your faith what? Virtue. To virtue you had knowledge. To knowledge what? You had self-control. Then to self-control you had perseverance. To perseverance you had where it can reflect the true image and likeness of the Son. So what is faith? What is faith? Agnes, what is faith? Anywhere.
Okay, I think faith is how do I start from? Okay, faith is believing that something is here, even without seeing, touching, or even feeling.
Or feeling.
Just believe.
Okay, you just believe, okay? Faith is your belief. And we all believe in God, right? If you don't believe in God, you won't be here, right? Okay. You believe that there is one God. You do well. Even the demons, they believe. And they tremble. So, have you done anything special? No? You've not? Faith, Hebrews says, is the evidence of things that you've not seen. Okay? Now, in the job that I do, we deal with evidence. When you're investigating someone and they will ask you, where are your evidence or evidences to show that or to prove that this person has done what you said he has done. Okay? But we are saying that it is the evidence of things not seen. How are you going to say, oh, my evidence is not seen, but I know he's the one that did it? It won't fly. Are you getting it now? How does it work? Is there a job in Nigeria? Talk to me. Is there a job in Nigeria? There is not. Okay. So people get job like they want. Not really. No. Okay. Now, while I was explaining faith to someone, I said, do you have people in your family that are graduates that have not been able to secure a job for like 5 years? The person said, yes. I said, so why are you still in school? That is faith. You are in school hoping and believing that there's so when you see someone that says, we are pilgrims here on earth, okay, our home is in heaven, and you see that person is almost dying to acquire properties at whatever means necessary. He doesn't care who he kills just to acquire property. Does that one show that he actually believes that he's a pilgrim here on earth? No. Are you getting it? So that evidence of that faith is not evident. So when you go to Hebrews 11, let's quickly. Virtue is Another name for virtue is character. Okay? And I don't think it's by accident that is the first thing that you need to add to your faith. It's because of its importance. Virtue is moral excellence. It's a trait or quality that is deemed to be morally good and thus is valued as a foundation of principle and good moral being. Personal virtues are characteristics valued as promoting collective and individual greatness. That's according to Wikipedia. Okay? So when we talk of virtue, we have an example of Dorcas. Bible says she was full of good works. Is toxic. Counterfeit faith that you have. Faith and character are intimately related. Faith in the power of obedience to the that will be available to you in times of urgent need. Such character is not developed in moments of great challenge or temptation. That is, when it is intended, builds character, fortifies character, and expand your capacity to exercise more faith. To Richard. Build over which may be correct. So you see people focus knowledge. When you are done with your character, although it's not like you first do one, then you go to another one. Okay? They are all intertwined and interwoven. as you are building your character, you are seeking for knowledge. It says, these were more fair-minded than those in Thessalonica in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, searched the scriptures daily to find out that these things were so. Therefore, many of them believed, and also not a few of the Greeks, prominent women as well as men. Faith comes by what? By hearing. "Yeah, let me do gum." He said, no, I will do it by myself. So that is knowledge. He has gained. So he has delivered himself from the yoke of his elder brother. Okay. Yes. I said, my people are destroyed. Because what? They lack knowledge. Okay. So knowledge is very, very crucial. Knowledge, self-control. Let's look at some of the fruits of self-control, mastering of our mood. Restraint of reactions, sticking to a schedule, managing money wisely, maintaining good health. Okay? This is just someone's opinion anyway. But I know we can glean some things from it. It says, mastering of our moods. When we are able to master our moods, then that's what is called self-control. When someone angers you, for instance, and you can keep your cool, and you will not react immediately, that is self-control. When you don't speak anyhow, it's not how it is in your, let me give him a piece of my mind. You know, when, when you are saying, let me give him a piece of my mind, you know, it's not everything that you are thinking that you should say out. If not, you'll be in trouble. Okay? So we need to watch what we say, restrain our reactions, stick to a schedule. It helps us with self-control. For we, if anyone does not stop in word, is a perfect man, able also to bridle the whole body. Now, this is James talking about the power of the tongue. If we are able to control what we say, it must kind of control our other body. Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts great things. See how great a forest, a little fire kindle. Little fire kindle. So self-control should therefore be evident in every area of our lives. Now, what and when we eat, for instance, intentionally did not put everything. So I put ETC. So let's have which other area should we have self-control? Okay. Our reaction, okay. Which other? We can truly reflect the image of God. Like leisure, it's good to go on vacation, but you can't do vacation a whole year. Because my father worked Idato. So you are not reflecting his image and likeness. Okay? So we need to be doing something. Brotherly kindness. That's you are considerate. You must heart this. And this brings to fore our horizontal relationship. The issue of me, mine, and I alone mentality is repented from. Are you getting my... You are considerate. It's not only, it is what I want. Okay? Like Paul said, all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. That's consideration. You are caring for others. That's what we call brotherly kindness. Okay? And be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God in Christ gave you. So, that's very, very important. We have to look at ways to care for one another. If we want to truly reflect God, because God cares for us. God is kind to us. Those are the things we should begin to build upon this faith. And honestly, if we do these things, we can never be wrong. Love. Now, love should be, I explained earlier on that it's not as if when you are done with knowledge, then you go to character, then when you are done with it. These are things that you do, simultaneously. Okay? John said that God is love. Okay? God is love, isn't it? Love is kind. Is that in the Bible? God is love. Love. And God is kind. Okay? Are you getting it? Yeah. God is love. Love is kind. Therefore means that God is what? God is kind. Beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God. And everyone who loves is born of God. God. He who does not love does not know God. For God is love. So if you don't love, you always hate people you don't like. I just don't know why. You think he's something good. I just hate that guy. You need deliverance. You need what? You need deliverance. You must love humans, whether Christians or, in fact, these Boko Harams, you must love them. If you are truly image and likeness of God. That one is difficult, va? It says, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. It's hard. It's tough. That's part of it. It's part of the package. If you like those who like you, what difference are you from the Pharisees? You are the same thing now. And the Bible says, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the Pharisees. So for you to exceed, you must love your enemies. Okay? So in conclusion, when all these things are in place, as you begin to look at them, and add them to your faith. This eclipse is better than the former one. Partially. This was partial. So you just begin to move that moon. You'll be moving it until you now have it where it's supposed to be. Okay? And this moon itself, that is black here, we also begin to reflect. That moon will not be black anymore. The sun will be shining its light, and the moon will also be shining its light. When we stop eclipsing God and we begin to reflect Him, we can say that the Father-Son disconnect has been removed or resolved. Showcase the attributes of the Son by giving light as a result of the light it derives from the Son. Then Jesus answered and said unto them, most assuredly I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he sees the Father do. For whatever he does, the Son also does in like manner. What are you doing? Who are you copying? Who are you reflecting? Are you says you had virtue to your faith. Have virtue to your faith. Be a man of character. Just be a man of character. How do you build this character? By obeying God. You build the character. We need to conform to the image of Christ. Whose image are we conforming to? If the devil is a liar and the father of